new, urban, ethical, authentic, sports, entertainment, something for the old, something for the new, something for everybody in between. We leave nothing untouched. We are Spoon 107.5 FM.
Hello and a pleasant good morning to you wherever it is you listening to us from across Liberia. A pleasant day to you, those of you watching us all around the world. We love to say welcome to another episode of Chaotic Capital. Today is day number 56 since all of the debacle up Capitol Hill began on the 17th of October 2024. That makes it 1 month and 25 days since a group of lawmakers at the time numbering 51 on their resolution dropped down to 49 and maintained between 43 and 44 have said they do no longer want Jonathan Fonati Kofa, Councillor at Law, representative of Grand Crew County, to be the Speaker of the 55th Legislature. Since day number 1 up to today, we've seen a lot of different developments. We'll be bringing you live coverage from up Capitol Hill, many angles as well up Capitol Hill. We've had the Justice Ministry with their interpretation. There are a lot of things highlighted to be happening today, including the continuation of the budget hearing that is being presided over by the majority's black imposed Speaker, Richard Nangbekun, and the Chairman on Ways, Means, Finance and Development Planning at the House of Representatives from the majority black Representative P. Mark Jury. My name is Diamond Slanger. I love to welcome you. We'll bring you images. We jump straight into the action. Chokon Flammer is on the grounds of the Capitol. Good morning. How are you? Chokon, good morning. Chokon, are you there? Good morning to you.
Good morning, Damo, and good morning to our people in radio land and TV land, wherever they are watching or listening from. It's just another wonderful day on Capitol Hill. No time gonna be extraordinary than this time on Capitol Hill. Damo and the rest of the team in studio, we just watched the arrival of the majority bloc speaker, Richard Nangbe Kun. Upon the arrival of Representative Kun here on the grounds of the Capitol building, he's been adored, he's been praised, been hailed by those administrative staffers and those staffers who were on ground, along with other Liberians who have come to see what's happening here today. They've been raining praises on him that he's the speaker and he deserves to be the speaker of the House of Representatives in order that he made his way, through the court and went into his office waiting to begin session this morning in the joint chambers where they usually meet we interacted with Representative Prince 2 of Montserrat County District 8, and he said to us that they have come to conduct official businesses of the Liberian people like they usually do. And I asked him whether he recognizes the speaker or the embattled speaker. He said he's a former speaker. I should not say that around him anymore, that there's nobody embattled. He's been free from the battle as speaker. Now he's just a mere lawmaker, according to him, like him, Prince 2. So I asked whether there were plans by the majority bloc maybe to incorporate the embattled speaker on any committee. He said they are willing to reconcile with him and their arms are open to their quote-unquote former speaker. In order that before
Procon,
me
let me
here,
let me jump in.
you see the chairman of the majority bloc communicating. Chairman Samuel Koga is right here.
Procon, quickly, is Honorable Kofa, the embattled Speaker of the 55th Legislature, is he currently on the grounds of the Capitol? If yes,
Yes,
how did he arrive?
the battle speaker
The
arrived
ballot
here.
pickup
We
as well, leading his convoy as the escort vehicle. Did he arrive on the Capitol grounds with that ballot pickup as well?
Diamond, normally when the speaker arrives here every morning, you will see the pilot, patrol vehicle of the Liberia National Police. You will see some other vehicles from the security, detail of the embattled speaker. But surprisingly, this morning has been reported that the security details and the pilot vehicles were recalled. We have not seen any of those security details of the pilot vehicle. We only see, his official vehicle flanked by two other vehicles, private vehicles, and along with private security officers as he arrived here this morning on the grounds of
So
the
on a normal
Capitol.
day, minus all of this impasse and fracas that we do see, you have seen the Liberia National Police pickup parked exactly where that SUV is parked, right? Trocon?
Damon, are you still getting me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. My question is, previous days we've seen the police pickup parking at the exact spot where those gentlemen are standing conversing. Where is that pickup now? Have you seen it up, Capita?
We did not see the pilot police pickup here this morning. It did not come along with the embattled speaker's vehicle, but you know, he still has the security detail, state security. Still, as you can see, some of those guys are here, but not as you know when he was speaker and everything was normal. Not as many security officers you used to see, and here just few handful of security officers, and along with these private vehicles that are providing security for the battle speaker official motorcade that is here. The engines are still on, as you can see in the video before you.
Okay. We earlier saw you off camera and you were doing a separate coverage in conversation with the director of press at the House of Representatives. What was the conversation about? Continuation of budget hearings today?
Thank you, Damo. Interestingly, when the director of press of the House of Representatives, Director Robert Himes, arrives here this morning, and I decided to engage him. First question I posed to him was whether he still recognizes the speakership of J. Funanti Kofa. He said no. You should be saying now, you should be reporting that he's a former speaker. You should not be saying speaker or impartial speaker. The director of press told me clearly on camera that Fonati Kofa is the former speaker of the House of Representatives. And Robert Hines went on to say that they are conducting the regular activities of the Liberian people on today. The budget hearing continues. He listed several spending entities of the government of Liberia that are expected to appear before the budget hearing committee and the House of Representatives. So he said now Speaker Kun, Richard Kun is a speaker for the House of Representatives. From the press bureau, the director of press, he was the one saying that Robert Hines to us this morning. And I also asked that the joint chambers is an unusual place for the House of Representatives to meet to hold session and conduct regular activities for the House of Representatives. And Robert Hines also said that when they are speaker, he was referring to Representative Richard Kuhn. He said when their speaker is ready, they will return to the regular chambers of the House of Representatives. And that regular chambers is where the impartial speaker and his lawmakers who are
Get
supporting his
images
job.
of the motorcade that just entered, the one flank that has spewed towards the speaker's wing. Is that a member of the executive arriving?
It seems to be a member of the executive, and
Please
I
get
think
closer so that we can get pictures of who that is. The folks who bringing you live coverage from up Capitol Hill. This is number 56 of the Capitol Impasse there. A coverage with Prophetic Capital from the Spoon Network. We do see members of the executive arriving. We want to see who that is. Today they just illustrated being
How do you welcome the expulsion of your political party? It's the decision of our party. We respect the decision of our party. The expulsion is welcoming. We hope and look up to the future.
You think you are treated fairly?
No, I think we look up to the process and then we know the party make a decision. We hope they rethink the decision, but we don't want to delve into the party affairs now. All we can say, we wish one another well. Are you disappointed in your political leader? I'm not disappointed. I'm not sure we're giving due process, but that would be discussed.
Many speculation are you about the Turner Union Party?
Speculation is not facts.
Are you open to another political party?
Speculation is not fact. I'm still in the parties in as far as I know.
So what next for you?
No, I'm serving the people of District Number 1, which I was elected for. I'm the Deputy Speaker, and then I think we'll move on for now.
What may Citizen and Lofa?
We wish them well. Wish them well. Wish them well. Wish the CDC well.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, making up to the joint chambers where it's going to sit along with the majority bloc speaker, So, we are live here from the Capitol building. We just saw the arrival of Deputy Speaker Thomas Bangafana, who was So, Amon and James, we are still here. We are on the second floor of the House of Representatives wing of the Capitol building. where the deputy speaker has just gone to his office, maybe to just stick around until the session can commence. The lawmakers from the majority black are making their way. They are making their way to the joint chambers to conduct their regular activities.
So we'll keep your visuals up and just mute your audio for a minute. So we just witnessed the arrival of Thomas P. Fowler, Deputy Speaker of the 55th Legislature, freshly expelled from the Congress for Democratic Change, where speaking to journalists, he wished the CDC well as to what is his next political move. Says there's all speculations, and the speculations are definitely going to abound. But what is not a speculation is the fact that he has been expelled from the CDC. Whether folks from other sides are saying, well, it's a makeover, expulsion, it's more to save face, whatever reason you attach to the expulsion, he has been expelled from the Congress for Democratic Change. According to their release, the executive committee did meet. There was an ad hoc committee that carried out an investigation that has been debunked by others. Well, James Samuel Gude Flomo, how are you doing, sir?
Yeah, good morning, Diamond. Good morning, everybody. I'm okay. I'm here managing. God still managing me.
Okay. Today is day number 56 since all of this began on the 17th of October. A few days shy of 2 months. It's 1 month, 25 days. We've seen a lot of turns and plays and corners being navigated, expulsions and, alignment and realignment, signing resolutions and saying you don't want your signature there anymore. Resignation is not an option, according to Speaker Kofa. We've seen political moves, legal moves, and the rest. We even saw at one point in time karate move, between two members of the House of Representatives. A lot happening since this began up Capitol Hill. But equally so, Liberians are still anticipating what the next move will be. Budget hearings still do continue on today. Agencies and ministries slated for today, this morning, the 12th of December 2024. The first on the list is the Ministry of Justice, followed by the Liberia Immigration Service and the Ministry of Labor. There will be a lunch break according to this itinerary sent by the House of Representatives Press Bureau. Then we have the Liberia Business Registry, the Commerce and Industry. That's the Liberia Business Registry and the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, and the National Road Funds, ends the appearances for today. So 5 entities of government or agencies of government, Mr. Flomo, that are outlined to appear today for budget hearings: the Ministry of Justice, the Liberia Immigration Service, the Ministry of Labor, the Liberia Business Registry or Commerce and Industry, and the National Road Fund. We've seen since this all started on Monday, government, that's agencies of the executive, have been availing themselves to the majority black. We do see the director of press there at the House of Representatives, the owner of a brand new Toyota Auburn Cruiser, has said that they see the embattled speaker as a former speaker, James.
Yeah, the issue of embattled or removed Speaker Kofa being a former speaker is something that is almost 100%, because the issue here is, before you become a speaker or before you continue with that job, you should have the covenant of the entire legislature. At this point now, we have the Liberian Senate recognizing the majority block's speaker, Richard Kuhn. So basically, that is to tell you that any communication directed to the office of the speaker will go to Richard Kuhn. And the executive has also recognized him. So immunity, in the budget and other things that are intended for the speaker will go to Richard Kuhn, Honorable Richard Kuhn. So I'm sorry for Embattled Speaker Kofa, but even if he says that he don't want to resign, basically to resign, I think it's not necessary. Yeah, it's not needed now. They don't need him to resign no more or do anything. As far as the government is concerned, Richard Kuhn is the Honorable Richard Kuhn is the speaker. So anyhow to do it, I don't know. He's just gonna be a ceremonial speaker now. Yeah.
All right, James, let me just hold you there and bring on Haji Masale. I do see he was just around the panel box that reportedly got at fire days ago at the Capitol. Haji, good morning to you.
Yeah,
He's on his
good
way
morning,
to
Diamond.
Okay, so we just want to pause a minute and with our not so good voices, James and I, sing a brief birthday song for you. You are very hard, illustrious colleague of ours, always there when we call, going above and beyond. And today is your birthday, so we want to say, "Rum pum 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 and pum 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 for your birthday."
Oh,
Yeah,
today your birthday.
So
yeah.
we wish you well. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, bro.
To you, Haji Masale. Happy birthday.
Thanks, colleagues. Thanks so much. I'm highly
But bro,
elated.
I called you this morning. You did not remind me. I
Me a
never knew.
Well, you're supposed to be in the chat room where you see all the birthday wishes from our
Bro,
colleagues.
I'm sorry. I never knew. That's why I did not wish you happy birthday when I called you earlier. Happy birthday, bro. I wish you the best.
Yeah, thanks so much. Thanks.
Oh, did you see the embattled speaker on Capitol Hill before entering the joint chambers?
Yeah, so I was just around his convo a moment ago before I came up here to the joint chamber where the majority bloc is holding our session. So all of his vehicles are staying tight. They are parked at his parking lot. But one thing is that um, just last evening, the senator from Bapulu County wrote on his Facebook page calling on him to, step up as a leader and do the honorable thing, but just, it's not about resigning, but just giving way to, the new leadership of the House of Representatives, because you cannot fight for so long and hold the country hostage all because of you, one person. So that's what was the appeal from Amara Conan, and he may be extending it to him personally, and we don't know in the coming days or so, Honorable Fonati Kofa will leave the office and give way to the new leadership.
Oh, just to leave the office. Okay.
Yeah, because the majority bloc, according to them, they have already signed a resolution and they have, voted and passed on by removing him, so he does not need to resign.
Yeah. Like I said previously. All right.
So when you mention all of his vehicles, did you watch his arrival? Did you witness his arrival? I'm talking about embattled Speaker Jonathan Fonati Kofa Haji when he arrived on Capitol Hill. Did you get to see his arrival?
Um, I was not downstairs when he arrived, but I know for sure that his
Chairman Kofa, what
arrival.
should we expect today? This is Spoon TV.
Why yes? You want the we have already reached a conclusion, and the budget hearing is ongoing, and I believe we almost at the peak of passing the budget, maybe hopefully next week.
But your colleague on the other side refusing to step down. Will you return in the regular chamber? There you have it, Damo.
What was his response? We missed that. The last
Said
question.
they are already down. He said they are down. They are not up. Damo,
Yes, Chokon.
majority block, Chairman Samuel Koga is saying when you were asked, what should we expect today? He said they are going to conduct their regular activities and then the budget hearing and all of that. And interestingly, when you were asked, whether they will return to the regular chambers, he said the guys on the other side, they are already down. But he did not elaborate further.
All right. Thank you, Chico.
Folks, we'll keep bringing you images from all across the grounds of the capital, not just where the majority of Black do hold their session, but we'll also be bringing you images from around the grounds of the capital. Everything that will be happening, we make sure to bring those happenings to you live here on the Spoon Network. This is Chaotic Capital episode number 56. This is day number 56. We do see the deputy speaker recently freshly expelled from the Congress for Democratic Change in conversation with chairman of the Majority Black Samuel Kogai. We do see the Majority Blacks speaker Richard Kuhn has just joined that conversation, tete-a-tete conversation that they are having. When Thomas Falla entered the joint chamber, James, we saw the hugs being exchanged, the handshakes, whether general or specialized handshakes that we witnessed being exchanged as well. And his brief interview, he didn't post the figure of a worried person at all. He said, well, he wishes the CDC all the best, even though his expulsion is being argued to just be a cosmetic one.
What Deputy Speaker Fala has to worry on? He has nothing to worry on in this matter. The people who are to worry are members of the CDC. CDC has a lot to lose than Thomas P. Fala. So to me, Deputy Speaker Fala has nothing to worry on. Like I've been following him closely since the decision from the CDC. And I reasoned with him.
Damo, are you there?
Yes, Chokon. Anything
Yeah,
break?
go ahead, Choco.
Yes, what we're seeing here, surprise, the pilot, pick up just arrived with state security behind the Imbato Hospital, J. Funaki Kofa. This is the pilot vehicle that has returned to the Capitol building to provide protection for Imbato Speaker J. Funaki Kofa. Here are state security who are here on the grounds of the Capitol building. Surprisingly, this morning, we are shocked to see the pilot vehicle arriving here, especially upon the arrival of the Imbato Speaker, J. Funaki Kofa. Normally, on the grounds of the Capitol building, this vehicle serves as escort for the motorcade of the Imbato Speaker, J. Funaki Kofa. But the Imbato Speaker arrived this morning, more than 20 minutes ago, and then the pilot vehicle appeared on the grounds of the Capitol building with state security around the motorcade of the Imbato Speaker, J. Funaki Kofa. We're trying to make efforts to talk to them why they came late this time around.
Choco, please don't do it. Choco, they will not speak to you. Choco, don't do it. They will not speak to you.
Yeah, but even if the man when I ask me a question, let them respond and I respond.
I think I have to do that when even when he doesn't respond, it is part of the news though.
Sure. And let
So
them
this is the surprising thing this morning on the grounds of the Capitol building to see the reappearance of the patrol pickup, the escort of
All right, so we
the
have to
battle
leave it right
because
there.
we
Let's
clear
join
it
the
here.
activities of the majority black that has begun. We want to get clearer understanding of roll call and everything, the agenda. So we cross over to the joint chamber.
Taking from the text, Acts chapter 1, verses 6 and 7. When they therefore were come together, they asked Jesus, saying, Lord, will you at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? The last verse said it. And he said unto them, it is not for you to know the times or the seasons which the Father has put in his own power. Mr. Speaker and members of this august body, in every undertaking, you always have plan A and plan B. Now plan A has been consummated. And so we are now contemplating on plan B. Now, while you are focusing on plan B, what next? You have undergone so many ups and downs. You have gone from the Supreme Court. You have gone from this place to the next place. And you were able, by the power and grace of God, to succeed. The fear the disciples had. All the promises that Jesus made to the disciples. And now Jesus was about to ascend to heaven. And now when he went up the mount, the disciple asked him, Lord, what next? You told us you are going to die, and then on the third day again, you're going to rise up from the grave. What next? You told us that you are going to prepare a place for us in heaven. What next? And now I stand in the place of the disciples to ask his honorable body, what next? All of the ramifications that are encompass this place and its surrounding. What next for the Liberian people, my people? What next for the house? What next for the employees? What next are you contemplating on? But we know that in all things thou work for good, them that love it, to them who are called according to his promises. And so in your next planning, please fulfill your promises. May God bless you in Jesus' name. Let us pray. Father God, we thank you that you have called us again for your purpose to be done. We have executed your purpose. And I pray that you endow this city with wisdom, that these people will do your work, and that all glory will be given to you, and the Liberian people will be blessed. Thank you now in Jesus' name I pray.
Amen.
Amen. Roll call.
Roll of the honorable members of the House of Representatives of the 55th Legislature of the Republic of Liberia. Honorable Richard Nambikun, Speaker, Honorable House of Representatives, Republic of Liberia. Honorable Thomas P. Fowler, Deputy Speaker, Honorable House of Representatives, Republic of Liberia. Monserrado County, Oyatu Ruki Barry, Oseku Eskane, Honorable Smoke Momba, Honorable Anthony Marcus M. Thomas, Honorable Presidia A. Cooper, Honorable Dr. Samuel Arrow Endos, Honorable Emmanuel Dam, Honorable Prince A. Tor, Honorable Franz Afoko Jr., Honorable Yekewa Koluba, Honorable Jerry Koluba Yobo, Honorable Edward Pape Flombo, Honorable Muka Kekula Kamara, Honorable Abu Bana Kamara, Honorable Desen Wulawi Sibo, Honorable Benam Blue Benson Jr., Grand Bassa County, Honorable Ase G. Bani, Honorable J. Clarence T. Banks, Honorable Matthew Doe, Honorable Alfred H. Flombo, Thomas A. Goswa II, Sino County, Thomas Romeo Quio, Samson Kujuwea, Ellison Baltimore, Maryland County, Pete Marjorie. Brown Kickmouth County. Pete Marjorie, Maryland, sorry. Anthony F. Williams. Austin Blake Taylor. Brown Kickmouth County. Thank you, Matale. Mwambe Josie. Jose Sunitaka. Bon County. Prince K. Koina. James M. Kule. Isaiah Mabiko. Robert Longo Wamba. Eugene J. M. Colley. Moiman Bridge Meta. Foley the family. Kofa County. Okay. Julie F. Wea. Momo Dafa Koto. Ezekiel Collins. Augustine B. Keulu. Liba County. Samuel N. Bransonia. Yan E. Flomo. Naga Day. Onyx M. Marcy Sunia. Samuel G. Koka. Double T. Gregia. Musa Assamberete. Esmiana. Tazel Wumboy. Grand County. Jeremiah G. Sokan Sunia. Marvin G. Johnson.
A Liberian Immigration Service has arrived here. We think particularly for the budget hearing on today.
Yeah. Magibi County, Rona Obi Cooper, or Alan K. Jones, or Ellie A. Adore, or Emmanuel Ya, or Clarence Giga, Riverside County, or Ellis J. Grant, or C. Tikwa, Grand Crew County, Antonio M. Bowie Sunion, Honorable Councilor James Konati Kofa, River G. County, or Ellis Ford, or Ase B. Kilople Wo, Johnson F. and William Sunion, Waco County, Lucina A. Norman, Luther S. Collins, and Mustafa Warati. Honorable Speaker, honorable member, the Honorable House of Representatives, there are 41 honorable members present, 28 honorable members absent, 3 honorable members suspended, and 1 honorable member excluded. 42. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So there are 42 members present and there is a quorum, so the session will continue to do the Liberian people's business.
The 14-day sitting of the third quarter of the first section of the Honorable House of Representatives of the 55th Legislature of the Republic of Liberia. Thursday, December 12, 2024, agenda. 1. Session call to order. 2. Prayer. 3. Roll call. 4. Reading corrections or amendment and adoption of the agenda. 5. Call for petition. 6. Call for special committee report. 7. Call for standing committee report. 8. Call for bills, motions, and resolutions. Now business on speaker's desk. Under that we have A. Communications from His Excellency Joseph N. Boagat Sr., President of the Republic of Liberia, for the admin. 1. The Bank Financial Institutions and Bank Financial Holding Companies Act of 2024. 2.
Tax Amendment Act of December 2024, amending the Liberia Consolidated Revenue Code as amended. 3. Tax Amendment Act of 2024, amending certain portions of Chapter 8 and 10 of the Liberia Consolidated Revenue Code as amended. 4. An act to amend Section 103 and Section 166, subsection A of an act to amend Part 3, Chapter 10 of the Revenue Code of 2000 to provide for value-added tax (VAT), replacing goods and services tax (GST). Communication from Honorable Anthony Williams, craving the indulgence of the plenary to invite the acting governor of the central bank and his principal deputies to appear before the House to explain some key financial issues. B. Communication from Honorable Prince A. Representative Electoral District Number 8, Montserrat County, respectfully requesting the attention and support of the plenary of the House to invite the Director of the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency, LDEA, and the Inspector General of the Liberia National Police, LMP, to address the alarming issue of open drug sales in the Soniwen community and other areas in Liberia. D. Miscellaneous. C. Adjournment. But Honorable Speaker, before that, we just received a communication from His Excellency Joseph Imabwaka submitting a financial agreement, Liberia First Resilient and Inclusive Growth Development Policy, financing with a catastrophe deferred drawdown option between the Republic of Liberia and the International Development Association, RDA. Thank you, sir.
Probably with the reading of the agenda, what is your waiting pleasure? Legal from Dima County.
So 3 separate instruments were sent to the House of Representatives,
Honorable Speaker,
the President of the Republic of
Honorable
Liberia, for
Deputy Speaker,
enactment by the House of Representatives.
I move, and if I can obtain the second, that the agenda just read for this 14-day city quarter be adopted to form part of our working tools for today and subsequently be part of our ACA, if I can obtain a second.
Probably have been moved and seconded that the agenda form part of our ACA. Are you all ready to vote? I'm ready about Anthony Williams.
Mr. Speaker,
So the total number of representatives here present has risen to 43.
to the moment,
So the
I will be
number
ready
has
to
risen
vote
to 43.
if you can accept a simple amendment that the report that has to do with the remaining 4 colleagues that should have been suspended or expelled at this body be added to this agenda for our discussion today. I will be ready to vote.
I think we have some outstanding issues for which we did not include them on that list. So if you can bring this body to speed as to why they should be included, that would be good for us. But howbeit, I think this is something that we all spoke about the other day, so I so accept.
So 4 other representatives are about to be suspended, bringing to the number 7. but that will be done later during the deliberation of plenary today. 4 additional representatives are about to be suspended. So
43
earlier on today, during the reading of the agenda, 3 financial instruments were sent by the executive, that's the President of the Republic of Liberia, for legislative enactment by the House of Representatives. In another breaking news, we are about to hear 4 more names added to Marvin Cole, Edward Pape Flomo, and Abu Bana Kamara on the suspension list, bringing to the number 7.
So, Mr. Speaker, Deputy Speaker, fellow colleagues, and to the movement, before us is the national budget that has been submitted for deliberation and passage into law. Secondly, we have 4 financing agreements that were submitted to this body just yesterday. And in keeping with our rules and Article 32B of the Constitution, we state clearly that the closing of the legislature for its 4th quarter is on the 13th of December, which is Friday. So in keeping with that, majority members of this legislature have signed a certificate for extension from the 13th of December to the 6th of January. So I will be ready to vote. The movement, I will be ready to vote. Please add that this resolution that has been signed by majority member of the legislature be put on our agenda for deliberation today by then.
So another breaking news, the majority bloc has signed a resolution extending that section to January 6th, meaning they can even come to session on Christmas Day, on New Year Day. So the extension has been signed through a resolution, but it must be adopted here in plenary before taken to the Liberian Senate, because the 2 houses have to coordinate in the parallel session.
Please permit me to respectfully reject. Honorable Speaker,
so the issue about their extension have been advised not to be entertained in this session. According to them, they signed a resolution extending the session from the 13th, which is tomorrow. The session is supposed to close and usher in the new session in January. So they have already signed a resolution extending that session from the 13th tomorrow to the 6th January. But that will be apparently done after this session.
And it will be noted. So nothing noted on the agenda. But if it's not on the, it's not on the agenda. Oh, okay. I accept. Thank you.
So the news for the day is piling up. One with the executive sending 4 different financial instruments to the House of Representatives for enactment. Additional 4 persons supposed to be suspended, totaling 7 the number. And the resolution, not a joint resolution, but a resolution by the House of Representatives extending the session.
With respect to
so these
our extension
and several others will be the talking points for the day.
We will write to executive Honor Mesolune.
Write to executive concerning the resolution for extension.
Yes.
I know this has to do with when this session ends. Is that what you're speaking about? Whether it's Thursday and because of that, you want to go to executive to explain that. By tomorrow, we should be adjourning. And tomorrow, yes, the 30. The 30 we should be adjourning. And the 30 is not our regular session day. So I want us to go to executive on our message today.
Please permit me to just reject. I reject.
Remember, all of the amendments, are you all ready to vote? All those in favor say yea. Against? The motion is hereby carried. Honorable Chief Clerk, please continue reading. Or call for petition.
There is no petition, Honorable Speaker.
Call for special committee report.
No special committee report.
Call for standing committee report.
No standing committee report.
Call for bill, motion, and resolution.
No bill, no motion, no resolution.
Business on speaker's desk.
Yes. Communications from the President of the Republic of Liberia. There are 3 communications. The first one, November 27, 2024, the presiding officer, Honorable House of Representatives in section capital.
Honorable Paul, please. Honorable Paul. Give me the chair. Go ahead.
Honorable presiding officer, I am pleased to submit to your honorable body for enactment a bill titled, quote unquote, the Bank Financing, Financial Institutions and Bank Financial Holding Companies Act of 2024. This draft bill is one of the structural benchmarks aimed at strengthening the legal framework for licensing, regulation, supervision, and resolution of banks and banks holding companies with the overarching objective of promoting financial and macroeconomic stability. This law aims at bringing the Central Bank of Liberia's regulatory and supervisory functions more closely in line with international best practice. The law also reinforces the autonomy of the Central Bank of Liberia and enables the CBL to carefully evaluate various factors to adapt international best practices to the specific features and requirements of the Liberian banking sector. I therefore trust that the legislature will enact into law this important legislation which will strengthen our financial sector. Sincerely, Joseph Newman Boakat Sr. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Deputy Speaker, distinguished honorable ladies and gentlemen, that is the first communication from the President of the Republic of Liberia. Thank you, sir.
With the reading of the report from His Executive President Joseph Newman Boakat, Honorable Cody, what is your will and pleasure? Honorable Abba.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Deputy Speaker of Police, having listened to the reading of the communication from the President of the Republic of Liberia, an act to establish banking financial institutions in this country, I move in your second that this communication be received, turned over to the following committees: the Committee on Banking and Currency and the Committee on Judiciary, to report in, if I may obtain a second.
The motion been seconded. Honorable gentlemen, are you ready to vote? All those in favor say yea. Against? Honorable Deputy Chief Clerk, please act accordingly. Next.
The next communication from the President. December 3, 2024, the presiding officer, the Honorable House of Representatives in section, Capitol Hill, Monrovia, Liberia. Mr. Presiding Officer, I am pleased to submit to your honorable body for your consideration and enactment the following 3 bills. 1. Tax Amendment Act of December 2024, amending the Liberia Consolidated Revenue Code as amended. 2. Tax Amendment Act of 2024, amending certain portions of chapters 8 and 10 of the Liberia Consolidated Revenue Code as amended. And 3. An act to amend sections 103 and section 166, subsection A of an act to amend part 3, chapter 10 of the Revenue Code of 2000 to provide for value-added tax VAT, replacing goods and services tax GST. There is a critical necessity to enhance revenue generation efforts in order to improve public service delivery and address the present socio-economic challenges faced by our nation. These bills are part of a broader strategy to support our national budget and aim to create a more robust and adaptable revenue system that will respond effectively to current pressures and lay the foundation for long-term economic stability and growth for the people of Liberia. The proposed amendments are expected to impact various sections of the Revenue Code, specifically regarding royalties on iron ore, gold, and other base metals, withholding tax on payments to residents and non-residents, excess taxes, and transaction between related persons. They will also affect the tax imposed on goods and services. Additionally, the bills propose a revised VAT rate of 15%, a reduction from the current rate of 18% as established in the VAT Act of 2024. This adjustment is intended to promote compliance and enhance revenue generation, thereby contributing positively to the overall economic development of Liberia. I trust that the Honorable Legislature will enact these bills, recognizing the significant implications they hold for our national budget and the broader economic development of our nation. Sincerely, Joseph Nyoma Boaka Sr. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Deputy Speaker, distinguished honorable ladies and gentlemen, that is the reading of the second communication submitting 3 different bills for your enactment. Thank you, sir.
So 3 separate bills again, we have to do the correction. 3 separate financing instruments sent to the House by the President of the Republic of Liberia.
December 11, 2024, the presiding officer, the Honorable House of Representatives in section Capitol Hill, Monrovia, Liberia. Mr. Presiding Officer, I am pleased to submit for ratification by the Honorable Legislature the financing agreement Liberia First Resilient and Inclusive Growth Development Policy financing with a catastrophe deferred drawdown option between the Republic of Liberia and the International Development Association, RDA. This agreement is designed to support 3 main pillars closely aligned with the objectives of the government's forthcoming development strategy, Arrest Agenda for Inclusive Development, AARD, and the World Bank Group's country partnership framework for Liberia. 1. Strengthening fiscal resilience. 2. Enabling foundations for private sector development. 3. supporting social disaster and climate resilience. Under this agreement, the RDA has committed to extend concessional financing to the Republic of Liberia amounting to $60 million United States dollars. This total is composed of three distinct components. Credit A, $19.8 million funded from the Association Performance Allocation to Liberia, allocated for the financing of the DPF withdrawal trench. Credit B, $20.2 million with a short-term maturity also allocated for the financing of the DPF withdrawal trench. And Credit C, $20 million sourced from the association's performance-based allocation crisis response with window and general RDA resources designated for financing the CAT-DDO withdrawal trend. I trust that the legislature will favorably ratify this agreement, thereby enabling us to achieve the outlined objectives for the betterment of our country. Sincerely, Joseph Nyuma Boaka Sr. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, distinguished honorable ladies and gentlemen, that is reading of the communications from the President of the Republic of Liberia submitting several documents for your action. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Deputy. Honorable colleagues, with the reading of the given instrument from the President, what is your waiting pleasure? Honorable Abaju.
Thank you, Mr. President, Mr. Co-President, please. Having listened to the reading of full communication from the President of the Republic of Liberia, three of which asking for amendment to our tax law to enhance the improvement of the revenue generation of our country, to take it above what we are generating currently, I move, if I may obtain a second, that all the bills requesting for amendment be received and sent to the Committee on Ways, Means and Finance to report within 1 week. And the financing agreement also be received and sent to the Committee on Ways, Means and Finance to report within 1 week. If I may obtain a second.
Motion. Are you already voted? Already, Margaret Thomas. Already, Margaret Thomas.
Mr. Speaker, Deputy Speaker, colleagues, and also to the movement, I will be ready to vote, Mr. Speaker, that this instrument going to the nature of them and also including other instruments that are already in committee room, going to the part that will be closing shortly, this instrument be treated to be done expeditiously by the Committee on Ways, Means and Finance. Said that
the legislatively, when the war within is used, it means that the committee, once the report is being prepared today, they could also reject. So it means that surpluses doesn't.
We really want to emphasize on Tuesday because of the emergency and each staff amendment we bring to the revenue cycle project. We really want to emphasize Tuesday. Maybe that we accept that amendment. Together with the motion, follow the motion and follow the amendment. Are you all right to vote? All those in favor say yes. Those against? The motion is carried. Over the positive. It's a regime.
So all the communication presented by the President, two for tax amendment law, and the other one has to do with some ratification. The three have been sent to the Committee on Waste, Means, Finance, and Development Planning
From
to
Honorable
report
Anthony
within 1
Williams.
week, or particularly on Tuesday.
November 25, 2024. Honorable Richard Namwekun, Speaker, 55th House of Representatives, National Legislature, Republic of Liberia. Dear Honorable Speaker and distinguished colleagues, subject, request craving the indulgence of plenary to invite the Central Bank of Liberia, CBF, Governor, and all principal deputies to explain to plenary key financial issues. I write to crave the indulgence of this august body to respectfully request the presence of the governor and principal deputies of the Central Bank of Liberia, CBL, before this plenary of the 55th House of Representatives in section to appear and provide explanation on the following critical issues that are affecting the Liberian market. 1, shortage of Liberian dollar on the market. As we approach the festive season, there is a noticeable shortage of Liberian dollars on the market. This situation is alarming and could cause significant inconvenience to the Liberian people during this important time of the year. 2, increasing bank charges. The consistent increase in bank charges has been a great concern. It is imperative that we, as representatives of the people, understand the reasons behind such substantial increases in bank charges. Honorable Speaker and esteemed colleagues, given the urgency and importance of these matters, I kindly request your indulgence to invite the governor and principal deputies of the Central Bank of Liberia to provide detailed explanations. The current situation is particularly concerning as we are in the Christmas season, and any disruptions could lead to significant embarrassment and hardship for the Liberian people. I look forward to your prompt attention to this matter and hope for a swift resolution. Yours sincerely, Honorable Anthony F. Williams, Chairperson, Houses Committee on Banking and Finance, Representative Niwo Soligan, District number 2. County. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Deputy. Our colleagues, with the reading from with the communication from our colleague Anthony Williams from Maryland County. What is your will and pleasure? DJ Blue, one DJ, one speaker.
Honorable Speaker, Deputy Speaker, colleagues, I move that the proponent of this communication be given 2 minutes to elasticize on the matter, after which it will be sent to the Committee on Banking and Finance.
The motion made and seconded by our colleague. Honorable General, are you ready to vote? All those in favor say yes. Amen. The proponent, please elasticize 2 minutes.
Oh, 7. Thank you. You go to law school. You go to law school. Mr. Speaker, Honorable Richard Namwekun, Deputy Speaker, Honorable Thomas B. Fadat, distinguished colleagues, all of you here can bear me witness. We are representing Liberian people here in every situation that borders around Liberian people. It is honor, our obligations that we go and settle this obligation. Over the week or over the past time, I've gone to the bank, raised a check of $25,000, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Deputy Speaker. The bank is asking me to take $7,500 liberty, when my account have about 50,000 or 30,000 liberty. As a representative of this country, the bank is asking me to take 7,000 liberty, all of the 25,000 that I requested for. What about the market women? What about the ordinary people? If a representative can be restricted from his own account to get what the representative now.
Observation will go on. Regarding ourselves, that this issue honorably is going to be chairman who is the proponent. And therefore, the communication should be sent to the committee instead of discussing it on a recent committee.
So reject.
Observation noted. Committee that we have a company.
So reject. Let's go.
So that was the chairman on banking and currency, Anthony Williams from Maryland County, raising issue regarding the limited, or in other words, unavailability of Liberian dollars on the Liberian market, raising the concern that he went to the bank to withdraw 25,000. The bank restricted him to 7,000 on that basis. The CBL governor should be summoned to discuss this particular matter.
Dear Honorable President, I'm ready to respectfully request your attention and support in inviting the Director of the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, LDEA, and the Inspector General of the Liberia National Police, LNP, to address this esteemed body and the Liberian people regarding the alarming issue of open drug sales in the Soniwen community and other areas of Liberia. It has come to my attention that the location where drug sales are openly taking place in my district is situated less than 50 feet from the Soniwen Public School, where young children are receiving their primary education. This situation is deeply concerning.
We want to announce the ways and means team are leaving us. So, gentlemen, we have called them the process to continue the work. The ways and means the PSC. Please continue your budget debate. Thank you. You already got the official call of the do not people. Please continue.
So those are supposed to be working on the budget will be leaving the session to go and attend the budget hearing. You can see them in a very huge number, like we said. All the 15 counties are represented on the budget committee.
Please come back. All those for the ways and means of PSC, please come back. The consultation here. Please sit for us for 5 minutes. Yeah, we agree. The men are welcome to tonight. Please give us more.
The close proximity of the illicit drug sale to a school environment is particularly troubling, as it may normalize and glamorize drug use in the.
So as they were leaving, the speaker requested that they be part of the session for at least 5 minutes because the issue on the agenda and issues are not many. They will adjourn anytime soon. So let's continue with the reading of communication sent to the House.
I am currently requesting plenary to invite the Director General of the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency, LDEA, and the Inspector General of the Liberia National Police, LNP, to share insights and propose strategies on how they intend to combat this problem effectively to eradicate open illicit drug sales in our communities. Thank you for your attention to this urgent matter and eagerly anticipate our collaborated efforts in addressing this critical issue of open illicit drug sales in our communities. Sincerely, Honorable Prince Storr, Representative District Number 8, Masurado County, Monrovia, Liberia. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Deputy Speaker, distinguished honorable ladies and gentlemen, that is the reading of a communication from Honorable Storr. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, David.
So, Representative Prince Storr rating the House highlighting the proliferation of illicit drugs peddling in his district, particularly in the Soniwan area where a school is situated, and you have drugs trade being carried on there. So, in fact, the
having listened to the
LDA boss to come and explain why action
from our
is not
distinguished
taken.
colleague on the print show, District Number 8, Masurado County, I will move, if I can be recorded a second, that the directors for DEA and representatives from the Ministry of Justice.
Chokon, what's the latest update from your end?
Thank you, James, and the rest of the team for joining me on the grounds of the Capitol building, particularly on the side of the embattled speaker, J. Fonanti Kofa. A moment ago, the embattled speaker departed the spot I'm standing in currently. The two vehicles of the embattled speaker departed this ground, headed towards the executive mansion. It is unclear where he headed, but reporters who were at the main entrance of the Capitol building said to me that the embattled speaker, entered the executive mansion, the fence of the executive mansion, down using a gate down the Ministry of Justice, and he went to the executive mansion. Though it is unclear because I did not see the motorcade of the embattled speaker entering the executive mansion, but my colleagues who are reporting on the grounds of the Capitol building also assessed so. And aside from that, all the lawmakers who are from the majority bloc, they still arriving on. We saw the arrival of District 17 Masurado County Representative Bernard Benson or DJ Blue. So I
Yes,
think he
Chokon.
said this is why he fought for the people of Liberia. So the people of Liberia can get the benefit of their taxes they pay.
Yes,
So
Chokon.
if he come,
Chokon.
yeah,
Chokon.
James.
The
Yes,
speaker left. The speaker left Capitol Hill, but we see the police vehicle stay parked.
exactly. You are right. The pilot vehicle of the Liberia National Police is still parked here with state security officers. But the irony about the parking of this vehicle is that, James, earlier on when the embattled speaker arrived here, this particular pilot, pickup was not here. It did not escort the embattled speaker this morning as usual when the embattled speaker, was never, into this entire crisis. This pilot pickup will escort the embattled speaker to the grounds of the Capitol building. But strangely, this morning, the embattled speaker did arrive here without the pickup. The pickup came, it parked before the motorcade of the embattled speaker, and minutes later, the embattled speaker left the grounds of the Capitol building, and the motorcade is still sitting here. So we don't know whether this particular, patrol picker is intended to provide protection for the embattled speaker, or it's just intended to be sitting here, maybe for some other reasons that remains unclear.
All right, Chokon, thank you so much. We'll keep you in our crosshairs. We want to make sure we get more pictures from you. I'd like to welcome Denise Nipstein as well. Denise, a pleasant morning to you. How are you doing?
Good morning, Damon. Good morning to James, Choke, and everyone. It's good to be back on the Thursday edition of our special edition from the Capitol. It's good to be back, and like we've been following as it relates to the long, existing impasse at the legislature, precisely the House of Representatives. So it's good to be here and to discuss national issues.
All right. So we cross back to the session of the majority block where Haji Masale is bringing us live coverage as well.
So just in David, Representative Prince told wrote the plenary raising concern about the illicit sale of drugs in the district, and particularly in Sony-One, where schools are situated in that particular area where the trade is being carried on. So the Transport Minister LDA should come and show reason why they are not on top of their game. So let's go back to the Deputy Chief Clerk.
Action from plenary, because plenary resolved itself into a committee of the whole to conduct the investigation. That's where we are. So we expect plenary's decision in that effect. Thank you, sir. 4%.
Can you
please bring them, please?
Honorable Eugene J.M. Colley, Honorable Frank Safoko Jr., Honorable Alex Noah, and Honorable Zina A. Norman. Those were the balance 4 persons which action from plenary were due. Including Honorable President, also under the investigation, there was the issue regarding the personnel director also of the House of Representatives, which were also inclusive of the investigation.
And now be tabled to be administratively.
Thank you, sir.
As it relates to the explanation made by the Deputy Chief Clerk, on the basis of our colleague that needed to be suspended on the complete form that report from our colleagues, we would like to take a motion on this issue. Because we are remember in our section prior to this day, the deliberated colleague sufficiently, and we urge and take a motion in procedural review. Let me recognize
so Frank Safoko, Eugene Colley, Sina Norma supposed to be suspended today.
Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues, given the gravity of what our colleagues against whom the complaint was brought did, we believe having suspended the first 3, it would be unfair if there is no action taken against the last 4. Therefore, I move, if I can receive a second, that the last 4 be equally suspended. I so move.
Now, we move and seconded by our colleague from Reappearance. And I think we need a duration of time because our personally colleague was suspended for 30 working days, which will do almost 4 months. So we also need a time duration for the rest of the 4 guys and our honorable members that need to be suspended. Yes, our colleagues were suspended. I think we have an amendment. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Federal Speaker and Federal colleague, I think the motion was amended. Instead of 30 working days, it was 30 sittings. So that we will confuse it. Yeah, 30 days, yeah. So we will confuse working day That's the city. Thank you. Okay. Ready or is he coming?
Honorable Speaker, my colleagues, to the movement, I will be ready to vote provided a rule to suspend our colleagues will be taken into consideration. Rule 48.7C states a member can be suspended on the basis of misconduct. To the movement, I will be ready to vote again if that portion of our rules will be accepted and enforced. That these of our colleagues will be suspended for 30 sittings. Then I'll be ready to vote.
To the movement.
So, my distinguished from Kofa County and the chairman of National Security, who believes in discipline, I so accept.
Anthony Williams.
I just took his position.
Take it back. If you hear me, take it back.
So the movement, I will be ready to vote if you can quantify your motion with this simple amendment that all the benefit is stripped of him, and it should not be found around the premises of this bill. Like the other two is very good. I'll be ready.
To the movement. Square up there, approach the chair. Square up there, approach the chair. Sorry.
Honorable Anthony who acquire for himself the repetition of being a speaker killer. I so accept.
Omosoga, please hold on to the run and ask Wokoka friend. It's a better, maybe it's already there, we help you.
From neighbor country or promo, they say when you're joking, you should always think and a quote to. There was a motion having suspended our three police, suspending or extending the orders, and that motion had not been cancelled. I will vote that the motion that was tabled, not to suspend those four gentlemen in the last time, is hereby cancelled, and there emerged a motion to take a decision that this guy will be suspended in similar manner as it was done in Mabinko, in Abu Kamara, and Obi Papinfo in the same from land that has to do with everything regarding benefit, the time of safety, everything should be inculcated. No need to procrastinate. So, if you can accept that motion, and that the civil servant rule says any employee of government that work starting from the 1st to the 14th to 15th automatically entitled to that one salary. Knowingly realizing that we are speaking today on the 10th, the 12th, right? The 12th of December, that commencing. And I want to say that today, their salary for December will not be paid because they are not reached the statutory period, if you can accept that simple amendment.
So all 7 lawmakers that have been suspended will not receive their December pay and their benefits
Based on your
as
experience
representatives.
and your intervention to make sure that the rules are followed and the punishment are equally distributed, I so accept. The amendment made most if you want to make it do put your right hand up. I'm going to wait for you. Most if you want to make it do put your right hand up. I'm going to wait for you. Against? Abstain?
So I believe James Colette, representative of Bond County, is abstaining because Eugene Colley is from Bond County and is part of those that are supposed to be suspended, so as to show solidarity to his kinsman.
Good morning, there's Spoon TV. Here's Spoon TV. How are you, sir?
I'm grateful. And we as Liberians must respect the laws of this country. And our Frank Safoko Jr., representing the people of Electoral District Number 9, Mosorado County, I do stand on the side of the law. I believed, and it should be, that the law must be the law. Fonati must be given due process. Fonati will never resign.
The executive have decided to work with the majority plan.
That's the executive. The executive.
Or a win for you?
Well, no, we are not depending on the executive to win case or lost case. What we are.
Haji, kindly unmute your microphone. Please unmute your microphone.
And the people who stand on the side of the law. So we are not particularly doing.
Honorable Richard Nambeko, Speaker of the 55th Legislature, Honorable Veteran Glenn Thomas P. Fala. Everyone, wait a minute, now please. Thank you so very much for the opportunity here our voting process. The Honorable Deputy Speaker, should I say the men and women can suspend? We don't know what the secretary is. Please go to information. And let me provide information to this elders body in my capacity as one who have been requested or asked to ensure that there is proper functioning running of this building, that the instruction from plenary during the first suspension, that those that were affected in person of Representative J. Marvin Poole of Bond County, Representative Abu Bakr Kamara of Mosorado, and Representative Edward Papi from Mosorado County, to stay away from the premises of the House of Representatives while serving their suspension. That instruction or mandate from plenary has not been laid up to by them. They are always seen on the premises here, and even not on the scene. Last Monday was another day that some of them were here and carried on acts and minor that was against the functions we have come to discharge here
I thought to bring out the plenary attention, and again, to also update plenary that they, as you are aware, this is the month of December, and salary will be paid earlier, as the Minister of Finance has informed us. Again, such background, I thought it wise to inform plenary that the former speaker, the representative of District Number 2, Grand Group County Council, Senator Fanati Kofa, has been written by the Honorable Chief, by my directive, to submit the name of his staff for processing. It is our hope and prayer that he submit the name that any other ordinary lawmaker have here that will be processed on the payroll so that they can receive their just benefit for the month of December. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, Honorable Deputy Distinguished colleague. I just thought it wise to inform you without giving information. Thank you.
Doing it because I want the Constitution of Liberia to be respected, and our children, unborn children tomorrow will remember us for this kind of precedent. I'm a young man. I need money to do other things, but what I take here as salary is enough. I should not be coerced. Why will you take the budget?
There are some who think that your institution, even the
Chief, I'm not talking to you.
They cannot be deprived from entering the capital building, but they cannot discharge the function as a representative. If they carry out any acts unlawfully, they can be arrested. So let me just make it clear so we can understand. If they come in here, they want to visit our us, they are welcome.
The fact is that we cannot do plenary decision. We made a decision here. Yes. Decision was put on the phone and well ordered. Sorry for that. Keep that next. I want to announce to our colleagues that the chairman executive of Oseku Kane lost his niece, and will be buried home at 1 o'clock today. So that all of you have the chance to be there, you can just pop in. That's just an information for our plenary. Motion to adjourn.
Speaker, we received a communication from Honorable J. Clarence T. Banks announcing that
was noted. Excuse, right? Any excuse?
Announcing the plenary that Sister Pass.
Oh, yeah. He also bereaved. He's going to the States by the weekend. Well noted. Motion to adjourn.
So moved. Motion by Zayed Chief. It's moved.
So it's adjournment,
Please ensure that
and we have several, breaking news. One, the additional suspension of 3 persons, totaling the number 7. The communication, 3 pieces of separate communication financing instruments presented by the President to the House of Representatives. So you can see these are information. These are breaking news for the day. Additional numbers of representatives have been suspended with their immunity or benefits or skipped off for 30 sitting days. So, colleagues in studio?
Yes, Haji. Thank you. You've been doing a magnificent job on your birthday. Once again, happy birthday to Haji Masale. He's supposed to be enjoying his birthday somewhere, but our job doesn't permit us to do that. We have to work every day. Haji, you witnessed the session of the majority black. How many in total were they? Earlier, there were 42. The number climbed to 43. How many in total, Haji Masale, were there in session today?
Yeah, so you are right, 43. And the number total were in session today, 43. Damo.
Okay. Now, those suspended, 4 additional names, as you said. We did hear Representative Collier talked about the first 3 not respecting their suspension and coming on the grounds of the Capitol, but he was quickly rebuffed by the chair of the majority, Samuel Kogai, that yes, they can come on the grounds of the Capitol, but they cannot be engaged in official functions. How did that end, and what amenities were they stripped off?
So with what the chairman of the majority bloc, stated, plenary is the highest decision body, a decision-making body. So in and much plenary has already taken a decision on that, they cannot, undo plenary's decision. So the presiding, the speaker, Nangwe Kun, had to correct the chairman of the majority bloc that this was a decision taken by plenary, so it cannot be undone. Sorry.
Okay, Denise, anything for Haji?
No question.
Mr. Flobo?
Yeah, Nelson, I'm sorry, the birthday man.
Yeah.
I listened to them talking about communications from the president. Were all of the communications just passed without any other debate?
No, it has not been passed. Usually, when communications are sent to the House works through committees. So the committee responsible for finance, those communications were sent to that committee on ways, means, finance, and development planning to report to plenary. So the committee will report to plenary on Tuesday, the latest Tuesday, within, they said within 1 week, but the time frame was given to at least Tuesday should not pass. So Tuesday, when the committee makes its reports, then the plenary will take a decision on that particular report.
And I also listened to Kula talking about representatives submitting names of their staff. I did not really get the duty of what he was saying. Can you please bring us up to speed about that?
So in a words, they don't want to deprive the office staffers of the former the former speaker or the embattled speaker. So the embattled speaker will not be taking pay as a speaker for this month, but his staffers can take their salaries for this month. So he should submit the names of all of his staffers so that they can take pay for this month, because they are in charge of submitting names for salary and benefit and all of that, even gas coupon, everything. The majority bloc is in charge.
So it means that the staffers in the office of the embattled speaker will receive their salary for December, and that's all.
Yeah, for December, only December. Then the new speaker will by January, the new speaker will have an arrangement of his staffers where they will be inculcated on the on the list for salary for January and moving forward.
Haji, I listened to the duration of the suspension, 30 session days, and session days Tuesday and Thursday, right?
Right.
So meaning 4 session days in a month.
Right.
Not 4, but 8.
Okay, yeah, 8.
Eight
Two in a week. Yeah, 2 every week.
So meaning 30 divided by 8. 30 divided by 8, right?
Yeah.
So it makes it 4 months.
Almost 4 months. Almost 4 months. So if it passes, because they still,
3.75.
yeah. So if it passes 15, for example, if you work up to the 15, you're supposed to get your whole month's salary. So if their suspension ends before the 15th of the month that they're supposed to return, meaning that they will not get salary for that month. But if I mean, to be clear with it, if they come back before the 15th of the month that they will return, they will get salary. But after the month, I mean, after the 15th of the month that they will return, it will be difficult for them to get salary.
Okay, so tentatively looking at our calculation is 3 months, over 3 months, right? But it
Yeah,
doesn't
over
reach
3 months. Yeah, almost 4 months, but it's over
almost
3 months.
4 months. So if they return before the 15th, on and before the 15th of the month that makes it the fourth month, they will get their salaries for that month, right? So they've been suspended for over 3 months.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, Haji, we'll leave you there for a minute. Let's crisscross and bring on Nelson Colette, who's on the grounds of the capital there. Haji Masale has been
So,
bringing. Yes, go ahead,
Nelson,
Haji, before we let go
did
of you.
did did did, did Nelson ask Foko as to whether he's aware of his suspension?
That's why we want to cross over to Nelson and get a response from him there. All right, so Haji will reconnect with you. Chokon Flama is also on the grounds of the capital. This is a Spoon Network production, Dub Chaotic Capital. And this is day number 56. Yes, it's been 56 long days since that fateful day on the 17th of October when all of this began. Let's bring on Nelson Colette now, who's covering the grounds of the capital for us. Nelson, good morning to you again. It looks beautiful out there looking at the sunshine. What's happening? Things happening beautifully too?
Yes, you're right, Diamond. It's a sunny day. The weather looks quite beautiful here on Capitol Hill, but the atmosphere is not as beautiful as the weather is. Well, there is still the regular, disagreement, commotion, tension, and all of that here amongst lawmakers. In terms of the security presence, is still the same. Security presence still here, making sure that everything is calm. There isn't that much of citizens, gathering here today compared to the previous days. Today is a bit calm here. Just a few people, probably because of the weather and all of that. Just a few people under the different trees. But quite recently, just before switching back to me, we saw a few lawmakers arriving at the speaker's wing there at the on the grounds of the legislature here. The one of those we managed to have spoken to was Frank Safoko, who stated again that he remains with the speaker, Councillor J. Fonati Kofa, in the midst of everything that's going on. He said that the speaker, the worst thing that ever happened was for the president to call on the speaker asking him to resign. He stated that the speaker, Speaker J. Fonati Kofa, is not going to resign despite intervention from the president calling on him to resign. He stated that he's not going to resign. He said they're going to remain in this fight, that in fact, when the president comes here on to address the nation or the legislature on doing the State of the Nation address, the speaker, Councillor Kofa, is going to sit in the seat of the president. That is to say that activity is going to be to some extent interrupted. That everything that's happening now is illegal, is anti-progressive, and that they're going to maintain their stance. They're going to hold their grounds to ensure that.
Nelson,
Yeah,
the number 9 representative say the speaker, the embattled speaker, Fonati Kofa, will sit in the seat of the president during the State of the Nation address. The president doesn't have a seat at the SONA. He walks in, he says what he has to say, and then he walks out. So which seat is he talking about?
And that's the issue. But he said that the speaker is going to sit in the seat of the president, and perhaps he has his own interpretation for that. But that's according to him. And he went on to say how everything that's happening at the level of the majority black is illegal and that they're going to hold their grounds. But I also saw a few other lawmakers making
aware of the suspension. The plenary, the majority blacks plenary, just voted to suspend he and 3 others, making a total number of representatives suspended. I'm taking that number to 4. That's to 7. Is he aware that he has been suspended, stripped of all benefits for almost 4 months? That is 30 session days.
Well, as of the time of the engagement with him, that decision had not been taken, or perhaps he wasn't aware. So we didn't really get into that aspect, but he just went on to talk about, you know, the position they've taken and what they're going to do moving forward. But he didn't speak to the suspension issue. Yeah, he didn't speak to that.
Speaker Kofa departed the grounds of the Capitol approximately 1 hour now. Has he returned on the grounds of the Capitol?
No, I didn't see the speaker's vehicle there. What I saw was a lone police pickup, you know, there on the right before the entrance of the speaker's office. That's what I saw, a lone police vehicle. But aside from that, no, I didn't see the speaker's car there. So apparently, he's out. Maybe he's going to return later. But the police vehicle is still there. But what I noticed, Diamond, is that the vehicle that I've been seeing, the police pickup that I've been seeing, is not what's there, you know, and perhaps maybe I stand to be corrected on this, but what I see, the police vehicle I see right now is newer than what have been before the speaker's office during the past time. The vehicle there right now seems brand new, far better than what has been in the speaker's convoy before today.
So you said from your observation, the police pickup is not the one usually seen with Speaker Jonathan Fanati Kofa. That is a new one that has been assigned on Capitol Hill there.
Yeah, that's my observation, and maybe as we do this, Diamond, let me just move a bit closer there, because that's my observation so far. That's what I observed. The previous police vehicle, as you know, it's a used one, but it wasn't as new as what I just saw quite a while ago. You know, the vehicle right now, brand new. You can tell from the lights, you know, even the serene on top of it. You know, it seemed very new compared to what we've seen in time past. But lawmakers are still arriving, Diamond.
So your observation is a very intriguing one. When you get closer, we want to authenticate those guys on board. Are they police officers as well? Let's look at whether or not it has got a plate. And
okay, it's like one of the guys. It's like one of the guys. Okay. So someone wants to speak to this. You know, someone wants to speak to it. But I see there's police officer in the vehicle. That's what I can say. There's a police officer in the vehicle, and he said he has been the one driving this vehicle for the past time. So and then he has confirmed that it is the same vehicle, Diamond. He has confirmed that it's the same vehicle and the same driver. Are you there?
Yeah, we're listening to you. So
yeah. So immediately he has spoken to the issue, and that's why Diamond, I thought to come closer. That's why I thought to come closer to confirm my observation. And as you see on the screen here, he has confirmed, the driver of the vehicle have confirmed that it's the same vehicle. He has been the same driver of this vehicle for the past time. And yes, this is exactly what it is here. So even the drivers, the officers in the vehicle are police officers as well. I guess that's the next question you were going to.
Okay, so it looks newer than what you usually noticed.
Yeah.
But they're telling you that it's the same police pickup. Does it carry a plate as well? Because then
no, at the front, I don't see a plate at the front of the vehicle. But maybe as I move at the back, I'm going to see a plate there. And also at the back, there's no license plate. No license plate at the back. So we're only providing the information as per what the driver in the vehicle said. But what I notice here is that there's no plate at the back, not even at the front of the police vehicle here.
Yeah,
okay.
Nelson.
Yeah, Denise, go ahead.
So, Nelson, you spoke with Representative Foko earlier one. Are there other members of the minority bloc at the legislature, like Yeke Koluba and the likes of Musa Ability and perhaps Emmanuel Dan, all of those guys who are still behind the battle speaker?
Yeah, as I made my way here, I saw a few other lawmakers. I saw Representative Josiah Marvin Cole of Bond County. Immediately as I came back at the speaker's wing of the legislature, I saw he was making his way in, and I also saw the District 9 lawmaker. Yes, those were the two lawmakers I saw, but there are indications that some of the lawmakers are in there. You know, apparently some of them were there before I got here. So those are the two lawmakers I saw. You know, when I got here, and I saw them making their way in. You know, we just managed to engage Representative Frank Afoko. You know, at the time, he was making his way in as well. Yeah, so there are some of the lawmakers who stand with Speaker Kofa who are here as well. They come on the grounds of the legislature every other day. The only issue has been that they've been unable to get a quorum to do the regular session and stuff like that.
Have you managed to perhaps grab some?
Okay, so I see Representative Josiah Marvin Cole is walking out. Let's see if we can engage him. Let's see, Denise, maybe we can speak with you briefly. Honorable Cole, welcome to Spoon TV, sir.
What's Spoon say?
I mean,
the majority Spoon, what you say?
Spoon is for everybody there. I mean, but
no. I don't know.
You think Spoon is for the majority?
Yeah, that's what I think.
Okay, but what do you make of everything that's happening, Representative Cole? The executive have decided to work with the majority. The Senate has done same. Is this fight going to continue? How long is this going to?
I do not care how many people agree with this. There is one group of people that are very powerful than the 6 million Liberians. That is the law of this country. And the law of this country must be respected. The law of this country was meant to protect and to save the 6 million Liberians. So anything other than respecting the rule of law, no matter you can have angels come from heaven to agree with them, to agree with the majority, that does not legitimize the process.
Wow. So how long do you intend to take this fight?
It's not how long. It's not how long. So as long as they want the impasse to continue, we will conduct ourselves in a lawful manner. We'll continue to do what we're doing lawfully. We're not going to do anything that will be illegal. We're not going to do anything that will be provocative. We try to avoid provocations. We try to avoid violence because that is what they've been trying to draw into that. But posterity will judge each and every one of us that the rule of law has been hijacked. And when it is hijacked, I mean, that is it.
Your colleagues are suspended. Do you accept the suspended? You and other colleagues, do you guys accept the suspension in good faith?
If I accepted the suspension, I couldn't have gone to the court. But when people decide that they will be lawless, and they can continue their lawless activities, so that's not going to stop anything. The most disappointing thing is the executive have decided to legitimize lawlessness and abuse the rule of law. So I saw the president signing some book of accountability. That is laughable. Code of conduct is laughable. It's a disgrace to this country. You cannot be on one hand disrespecting the rule of law, and then on another hand you are signing code of conduct. Who's going to respect the code of conduct? I mean, that is.
Does that mean that you're taking your colleagues to court? You're taking the majority back to court?
We have been to the court. We are there to the Bureau of Information to ask the justices to interpret their opinion, because the Minister of Justice is not the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is the Supreme Court. Separation and coordinate branches of government. We just need to respect that. You can see the sheer arrogance in some of our colleagues, and they even want to go to the extent of trying to do some things that will be completely orthodox. I think it is completely bad for our country, coming from civil crisis. For 14 years, I took the lives of over 300,000 human beings. To be here again, not respecting the rule of law is sad.
Do you think the court is going?
Your police have threatened to expel you because of your presence on the ground, because they've explained to your...
That are property, the capital building for their fathers? No, it's for every Liberian.
Do you think that the court's decision, like you've gone back, is it going to make any difference given the previous, You want to record everything that the court will say or the court will do. Those are the things that you want to do, that every step of the way, that the rule of law will be followed to the letter. And I can tell you, 5 more years from now is now 100 years. There are governments that came to pass at the trickle of their fingers, millions or thousands of human beings died. And those governments today, you see people, look, watch the Jinking Scout, how he died. Those were people in Doe regime that did similar things. There's so many things. Grady Allison, Melvin Pine, maybe you were not born at that time. There were so many things that happened in the country, but we just got to follow the history. So I want all Liberians to remain calm. I want all Liberians to remain peaceful, and we'll continue to conduct ourselves in a peaceful form and manner. Thank you.
Thank you very much. As a key figure in on the block of Impacto House Speaker Kofa, what is now the next step that the block is taking?
The block are no step to take. We are following the rule of law. Well, studio, if you are there, you just listen to Representative Marvin Cole, speaking on some of the issues. Diamond, can you hear me?
Yes, you are live, bro. Go ahead.
It seems like your power hall, like your father's down is the same from the minority, black. Dixon Sibo used the same, phrase on our reporter Sylvester Cholople and now Marvin Cole, not directly at you, Melvin, now at you, Nelson, but at the question, you remember the colleagues debated whether or not they should be allowed on the grounds of the capital, but that was rebuffed by the chairman of the majority black Samuel Koga, who said, the Liberians, they're entitled to going on the grounds of the capital. The only thing is they shouldn't exercise their official capacity and functions as lawmakers as well. So Nelson, we getting information about this police pickup. Whether can confirm the information, but again, it doesn't have a plate. It's difficult to point out whether or not it's the same vehicle. But what we're getting is that it's unconfirmed, but it's been said that this pickup was bought by the embattled speaker, J. Fanati Kofa, and then handed to the police for his own protection. So he bought his pilot pickup. That's what we've been informed of, but we cannot confirm that as well.
Nelson.
The good thing is that, go ahead, James.
Yeah, that before you come in, I spoke to police sources and they asked not to be named. That this particular vehicle we see here on camera, if you go back to some of our previous videos and see, this is not the same vehicle that you're going to see in our previous videos that we did days back or weeks back. I'm told that this vehicle, I'm told by sources within the police that this vehicle was bought by the speaker and he added it to his police vehicles by assigning it to the police folks to say, yes, your usage is for you guys can use it. That's how you see the police do not have official plate. All police vehicles have official plate, but this do not have because they have now created a plate for it. So after the pilot vehicle, I'm told, was ordered not to leave his convoy, that is how he decided to move with this. Even the police officers who are on this vehicle, they have been, I'm told from our police sources, that they have been ordered not to lead the speaker's convoy. Normally, when the speaker is moving, you need to have this vehicle as the escort. But now, this vehicle has to be at the back of the speaker. And today, I'm told, even when he arrived, about 20 minutes or so passed before this vehicle arrived on Capitol Hill. The police officers are not allowed to lead his convoy anymore. That is what my sources, the police told me.
Yeah, so James, interestingly, like you said, we have been here on the grounds of the legislature even before this whole saga started, and I have observed keenly, especially the police vehicle that would always take the lead or that was in the speaker's convoy. And that's how my observation came into the picture. And then one thing I vividly record about the police vehicle was that there was some protection. The name is escaping me, but there was some protection at the front of the vehicle, which I don't see on this particular vehicle at the moment. And then the next thing is that as we speak, looking right before before the speaker's office, the speaker's vehicle is not here. And so if the vehicle is part of the speaker's convoy and the speaker's vehicle is not here, why is the police vehicle that's supposed to be in the speaker's convoy still parked here? Why the speaker is away? So these are just a few concerns. Yeah, but I mean that's what it is. That's just what it is. And you listen to Representative Marvin Cole. He said they're going back to court. He doesn't honor whatever suspension that was brought upon him. Whatever suspension that was brought upon him, he doesn't give any he doesn't give any credence to that. And yes, that they're going to continue this fight. The speaker is not resigning. So this is exactly what it is, James.
All right, folks. Nelson Colette there on the grounds of the Capitol building. Nelson, a quick question. When you arrived on the grounds of the Capitol on Monday, we saw a very tense and strict regiment, not only for those entering the grounds of the Capitol, but those walking by the grounds of the Capitol as well. Police officers were seen searching, making sure the sidewalks are well, protected. Has there been any relaxation or relaxing of those measures outside the grounds of the Capitol, or there is still a buffer zone and there is still a strict movement of people around the grounds of the Capitol there, John Nelson?
Yeah, as per observation so far, there is still security presence, buffer zone, and everything still up. There is still inspection, stringent measures put in place to ensure that people getting access to the facility here can be properly identified and all of that. But what I can say is that it's not as strong as we saw it maybe like a week ago. No, it is not that way. As we speak, Diamond, there are just a few police officers at the entrance facing the University of Liberia, and that of the pedestrian entrance on the other end. Now, if you went to the main entrance of the facility here facing the executive mansion, you have very few police officers there as well. In fact, what is happening now is that it is the security, the sergeant at arms and the security here at the grounds of the legislature that are handling everything. When I drove in some time ago, it was the Capitol building security that even opened, the gate and, did all of what they could do. So a couple of days ago, but before now, it was the Liberian National Police that was doing that. The Liberian National Police requesting for an identification card, making sure that you have business here before entering this facility. But as we speak, security, and all of that is kind of relaxed to some extent. And the next thing is that there are very few people here on the grounds of the legislature as compared to the previous days when Liberians had to troop in here in their numbers. The place was crowded, a little bit of tension. It's not the case right now. There are just a few people here. And from all indications, things are getting relaxed to some extent. Things are getting very much relaxed to some extent. And as I even walk through here, Diamond, just taking a look at the view here, the entrance facing the executive mansion, you're seeing that vehicle will drive slowly. And the guy you see walking there is one of the security here at the Capitol building. So initially, it would have been the Liberian National Police opening the gate and making sure that that guy can exit the facility or someone can enter the facility. But now it is the security here at the Capitol building that's doing that. So yes, few security officers, but security and stuff like that is relaxed to some extent.
Okay, previous days we would have seen riot police officers dressed in their
riot. Well armed. Okay, so Diamond, just take a look from this angle. So when you take a look here, there are police officers here, right? Like you see under the tree, there are police officers there, but they are more like relaxed. It's not as tense as we saw in the past days. And then if you look on the other end here, there are I think 2 police officers there as well, but it's relaxed to some extent, you know. And the people opening the gate here, like you see right before us here, the private security here assigned at the legislature. So if you look further down to the executive mansion, you will see the riot police officer with riot gears, the baton and all of that. They're there, but they're more like relaxed, you know, like you saw, like you saw there, like you saw there, they are, you know, the guys are relaxed. So the guy said they are not private security, but they are state security. You know, that's what he just said. But these are the regular security guards that are here at the level of the legislature. Yeah. So this is the situation.
All right. Like the way we have the DSS at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, you have the Monrovia City Police, you also have the Capitol Police, the Legislative Police, if you want to call it that way. But thank you so much, Nelson Colette. We will be doing a recap of activities that we witnessed up Capitol Hill this morning. We did see the arrival of representatives from the Liberia Immigration Service. They slated for budget year up Capitol Hill, and those institutions or agencies of government that are
Diamond, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, yeah. Can you come again with the previous comment? There was a little bit of breaking.
Oh, okay. I was just doing a recap. Firstly, I thank you for the coverage thus far. And we witnessed the arrival of representatives from the Liberia Immigration Service, the LIS. They on the agenda for today, the 12th of December 2024. You have the Ministry of Justice, you have the Liberia Immigration Services, the LIS, you have the Ministry of Labor, and you also have the Liberia Business Registry, the Commerce Ministry and Industry, and you have the National Road Fund. So these 5 institutions or agencies of government are to appear today for budget hearing that is being presided over by the PAC of the Majority Black and the Ways, Means, Finance Management Committee of the Majority Black that is headed by Representative P. Mac Jury and the Majority Black's Speaker, Richard Nangwe Poon. So these institutions are to arrive for budget hearing, and we did see the arrival of the Liberia Immigration Services. So they're known as the Legislative Security Protection, LSP. Someone just commented, Nelson. All right, so James, Denise, we're drawing down the curtains on day number 56. Choco and the rest of the team will remain posted on the grounds of the Capitol just in case Speaker Kofa, the embattled speaker, and those lawmakers who are in his camp decide to see whether or not they can meet a quorum. We'll bring that live. Any other development will be brought live on this phone network. Denise?
Yes, Diamond, what we are seeing currently is the fading of the entire impasse, you know, I will term it like that, at the Capitol Hill, where we have currently, we witness, you know, the majority bloc having session, and for the past weeks, you know, the embattled speaker, Bonanti Kofa, you know, has failed in his own attempt to have quorum. Yes, so we haven't seen a quorum from his end, the minority bloc. That shows that the majority bloc is resolved in its quest and is not, you know, turning back its decision to maybe go and sit on the gavel of embattled speaker Funanti Kofa. So many Liberians now are wondering and asking this question in as much that the issue of the rule of law is being stressed, but is what at this point, what is it that you know, Speaker Kofa, the embattled speaker, wants, you know, at this point? Because you have this issue, even though there's this issue about the issue of rule of law, it also speaks to the fact of numbers. So it's a number game as well, and a political terrain. So in an instant where throughout the impasse you have failed or you haven't been successful in having your colleagues, just the 37, you know, to come under your gavel, it shows clearly that this fight is fading away. It shows that this fight is not, germinating the success that you want to achieve. So at this point in time, there are Liberians who believed in the rule of law, and there are Liberians who know that the majority bloc should pursue the rule of law to ensure that they give due process as being demanded by Ponanti Kofa. So in this instance where you see that it's no longer happening, what will be your decision? This is what Liberians, are looking up for. And I listen to Representative Foko, the person that the speaker or the battle speaker will sit in the seat of, the president during the SONA. We know, like you said, we know that at 4 the president arrives and and gives his statement, and after that we see that they all leave from the joint chamber. So hoping to carry on this impasse up to the SONA,
So it's later for the 27th of January. The first working day.
Yes, so that's a lot, that's a lot to be anticipating as lawmakers. So all to see as Liberians is to ensure that this impasse can be put to rest, like Liberia always say, oh, the person is in the right, but the people say forget it because you are in the right, you right, but just leave it. And that's Liberia, but history will judge the entire proceeding, that yes, indeed, the speaker, embattled speaker, wanted due process and wanted the rule of law, but he did not achieve that because the majority black was resolved and they had quorum to carry on the duties of the state. So that's why you see now the executive is now, going that way, because you have the draft budget that's been presented to the House of Representatives. And without the passage of the draft national budget for the fiscal year, you realize that the development will be stalled, that there are a lot of things that will not go on. Also, we listened to the finance minister that projected a lot of prospects for civil servants and other government workers and other development plan as it relates to the road construction, all of that. So if you don't have this budget being passed, there will be another issue, Damon. So I'll let my perspective to rest for now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Dennis Nilsson there with a splendid, analysis on voting. Remember, this is day number 56, and it falls coincidentally on the birthday of Haji Masale. Haji has been covering all of this for us from the onset. If you look at what Dennis just said, there's been a de-escalation in terms of tension. What we witnessed on Monday, the minority black was unable to prevent the budget hearing opening, to commence. That happened. We did see agencies of the executive branch of government availing themselves for the budget hearing. The Senate has now recognized the majority black speaker in which we saw the reading of instruments from the desk of the president in the session of the majority black, and they've sent those instruments to committee rooms, and the rest of what is happening now. Someone has said all of the rug has been pulled, just left with the tip from under the impacted speaker, General Dr. Kofa. The legal aspect has been dealt with. Now, in the political aspect, we see the tightening of the screws from all ends, stripping him gradually of every authority that he enjoyed and exercised as a speaker of the 55th legislature. Even the roll call, his name was mentioned as a representative of district number 2 in the session of the majority black. And you listen to Representative Colette telling him to submit the list of his staff so that they can get their benefits for the month of December. Haji, just do a recap quickly of what ensued there in the session of the majority black this morning.
What is that?
Okay, but I don't know who is in the background with audio, and that is
you should mute. All right, it's James. Go ahead.
Okay, so today what we did witness is obviously the holding of session, and again the majority bloc continue to do business in the interest of the Liberian people, according to them, and the executive again wrote the majority bloc in session, but this time around the executive presented 3 separate instruments. These are financial instruments, 2 on the tax amendment law, and the other one is a financing, agreement that was sent to the committee on budget and development planning, waste, means and finance, and development planning, and to report to plenary on Tuesday. And another issue again, the suspension of additional 4 persons, bringing to the number 7. So we have Frank Safoko, we have Eugene Colley, we have Sina Nomo, and Alex Sonnebo Noah. These were the additional 4 persons that were suspended with all of our immunities as representatives, skipped off for 30 sitting days. So these are the major happenings here at the level of the House of Representatives session.
Okay. Thank you. So they've been suspended for 30 session days, which equates to 3 months. 3 months, 3 weeks. 3 months and 3 weeks suspension without paid.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, 3 months, 3 weeks.
So the budget
so it will certainly be 4 months because if you return in 3 weeks, it will just 1 more week to the end of the month, and you cannot take pay for that month. So it will obviously be 4 months. But it left in the wisdom of their colleagues as to whether they can call them.
At least they will be to work. At least they will be to work. Their districts will see them working.
So budget hearing is still ongoing.
Yeah, I don't know whether you can hear me because
we saw them arrive.
We hearing you, Haji.
Apparently a network problem, but the budget hearing is on.
The budget hearing is on right now as we speak.
Yeah. So we saw the LRS right now. They are in the budget hearing. They are part of the rep. It's ongoing. Yeah, it's ongoing. So LRS is part of the revenue component of the budget. They raise funds for the government. So right now, and at this stage of the budget hearing, it's not open to the public because you are talking.
Network issue. James, your closing comments as we wrap up. We'll close with Nelson, who's on the ground. We'll see some departures from the grounds of the capital and some arrivals as well. But James. Okay, so James is engaged in something else. Denise, you gave your analysis, your parting comments. So James is back with us.
Okay, yeah, like I said previously, this entire fight has come to an end. I'm very sure that it has come to an end because the executive and the Senate have all recognized a speaker. So that is to tell you that whoever is going to fight or do what they want to do, at the end of the day, you just spending time, but the fight has ended. We witnessed the president sending his fight. I think this is the first communication from the president since this entire fight started. The first communication from his office. So that is to tell you that Speaker Richard Quorum is now the official Speaker of the Republic of Liberia, because it is the executive and the Senate that have to recognize you and to work with you. So any communication coming from the executive now to the House of Representatives will be addressed to Speaker Richard Quorum. They are not going to say majority speaker, minority speaker, and battle speaker. No, they are going to direct everything to Speaker Richard Quorum. So
let me just point out quickly, James. All of those communications, speaker wasn't referenced. It had presiding officer. Yes.
The issue is
presiding officer. So either it was craftily done to avoid, the issue of having a speaker named. So it all carried.
So Damo, I cover the legislature. That's the normal way to address when you are sending a communication to the legislature. I covered the legislature for almost like 3 to 4 years. So there was no change. When communications are coming from the president's office, it is addressed to the presiding officer. And who is the presiding officer of the House of Representatives? Is the Speaker. What was the recent communication that came from the executive to the Liberian people regarding the case? They said they will work with the majority bloc because they believe that they are, respecting the law as per what the interpretation from the Supreme Court meant. So that is to tell you that they are working with them. And yes, Kofa, the embattled or removed Speaker Kofa will do by the end of the day, bro. And they don't ready. Basically, Kofa don't need to resign. Why Kofa resigning? If we call on Honorable Kofa to resign, it means that we are reaffirming that he stay as speaker, or even if the majority bloc will say Speaker Kofa, they will say he should resign. They are reaffirming that he stay as speaker, so they will always tell you that he's not a speaker, so they don't need him to resign. So basically, resignation is not the right way now to go, because it's almost like done. As though you cannot move with your escort that should be with you because you are the third person in the republic and the first on Capitol Hill, and you don't have all of these immunities, bro. You are just a ceremonial leader. Yeah, so basically, if you are to ask me to describe the position of Honorable Kofa, I would tell you that he's the ceremonial speaker of the Republic of Liberia.
All right, James. Thank you. There, we draw down the curtains now, but we're not leaving the Capitol Hill. No, we're not. We remain there with our crews, our various members of our crew, to bring you anything that happens there. Once it's newsworthy, the Spoon Network is definitely going to bring you up to speed. Denise, your parting comments as we draw down the curtains on episode 56.
Yes, so as we usually do or say on the show, is to always call on the lawmakers to ensure that the right things are done in terms of respecting the rule of law, and hope that the impasse can have, an end, because all of those issues that are ongoing currently doesn't affect those lawmakers, because those lawmakers are already well off. Those that will be affected or are affected are the ordinary Liberians who are hoping for the government to take on decisions that will better their livelihood. So as we go on, it is important that the lawmakers, in as much as they always say they are the Capitol Hill or the Capitol, the legislature, is a political ground. We hope that they can also do things in the interest of Liberians, so that the life of Liberians can be improved. There are people who are yearning for good health care. They don't have that in other counties. There are the issue of drugs. You go to hospital, when someone go to hospital, when the doctor prescribe medication, they don't have it. They have to go around to look for it. These are things that the lawmakers should be addressing. The issue of students who are sitting on the grounds in counties don't have proper health care. That is those issues that we are hoping to see that our lawmakers who be discussing. And this issue about who becomes the speaker or who is the speaker is long overdue. It is important that, they do the needful and ensure that they can work together so that the well-being of Liberians can be catered for.
Thank you so much, Denny. Listen, if I can summarize what she said, this capital impasse has overstayed its stay. It's now time for lawmakers, minority, majority, whatever they define themselves, to see how best they can resolve this matter and do the Liberian people's business as one house. Well, those from the end of the majority bloc are going to argue that they are already doing the Liberian people's business. They've been inviting heads of agencies. They've been carrying out their oversight responsibilities, and they've received communications from the office of the president to enact and ratify laws as well. But whatever the case is, 56 days down, we still do have a house that is somewhat divided. The embattled Speaker J. Fananti Kofa departed the grounds of the Capitol. It's been almost 2 hours plus. Well, the issue of the pilot vehicle, we will be confirming and reconfirming with our security sources whether that is the same vehicle, and if so, if it is not the same vehicle, why is a vehicle branded with the signage police? And we want to get further, understanding of the matter, whether it's an official police vehicle or it's a loaned police vehicle, whether it's a commandeered police vehicle. We want to know all of these things so that we don't have a country where you can brand a vehicle anyhow you choose. Today, the majority bloc had 43 in attendance in their session today. They did adjourn with the PAC and the Waste Means Finance Committee going to continue budget hearings as well. My name is Diamond Slanger. Many thanks to our many reporters and correspondents out and about on the grounds of the Capitol. And we take Nelson to end today's edition. Nelson Colette, kindly unmute your microphone and give us your parting observation on the grounds there of the Capitol. Kindly unmute your microphone, Nelson Colette, so that we can do a wrap up from your end. Nelson, we're getting a beautiful shot from you, looking at the seal of the Republic of Liberia. When all the impasse finish, they should look at that seal, Denise. Yeah, they should really look at that seal. Look at the roof of the building. The oval roof, the dome, how the bug people can call it. If you look at that, it looks rusted. They need to look at that building and renovate that building. This is the first branch of government, right? The legislature. They need to look at all the things too, especially that seal. That seal there, and represent us as a country. But anything should be fighting, for improvement should be that seal.
Or even the building, Diamond, you just brought up another thing. Even the building, you go at the legislature, even the bathroom and all of those areas, there's a need for that place to really be, taken care of. So there are a lot of things to be done there, actually.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. A lot of things to be done, not just only on Capitol Hill, but all across the country as well. You raise the issue of kids, pupils, sitting on the floor, on the ground to get an education and the rest. Our country has got so many problems, and this Capitol impasse is just one that can be done with, and we can move forward to other items on our list. Nelson Colette, kindly unmute your microphone for us, sir, so that you can give us an overview of how the atmosphere, the scene is as we wrap up from the grounds of the Capitol. So kindly unmute your microphone, Nelson. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Diamond. We're still posted here on the grounds of the legislature at the Capitol building. So things are still the same. The speaker is still away. Councillor Kofa is yet to arrive. He's yet to come back at the grounds of the legislature. And everything is calm. Everything is calm. I saw the vehicle of Speaker Kun of the majority bloc drove out not too long. His official vehicle drove out. But the rest of the other vehicles are still here. But from all indication, he's yet to depart the grounds of the legislature. So apparently there was just some stuff they wanted to attend to. And again, as per the previous report about the security, I had off-air conversation with a few of the security guys who told me that the group here that has been working alongside the Liberian National Police is not a private security, but it's rather the Senate security. They are trained to provide security here at the grounds of the legislature. So they are not. They are, according to him, they are no private security. That's why they carry the seal of the country on their uniform. So the Senate security is still working alongside the Liberian National Police. As you see, more vehicles still coming in. Officials of government entering and exiting the facility as the Senate security tries to do her work here. And so they are just folks here having pocket conversations, awaiting the departure of the lawmakers. Once the folks from the majority bloc start to leave now, Then you get to see a little bit of tension, security presence, some huge movements here and there. And then right after that, everything goes back to normal. But again, like I said previously, Diamond, the security presence here is huge, but they're more like relaxed because there isn't that much of a tension here. The atmosphere is such that the Senate security can handle the entire situation here. So that's what the situation is. And then the Liberian Senate is going to kick off any moment from now with a regular session. I remember from Tuesday. They reached a decision to work with the majority bloc following a leadership meeting that they held. Following that particular meeting, there has been some disenchantment. Some of the lawmakers, the likes of Senator Augustine Chie, Senator Nathaniel McGill, and some other lawmakers have been raising concerns with respect to how the Senate arrived at the decision to work with the majority bloc. Some of them think that, especially Senator Chie, who happens to be the chairman on the Senate's Committee on Judiciary, he felt that he was being disrespected. He wasn't consulted. His views and expertise and pieces of advice as a legal practitioner wasn't taken into consideration. And so we are going to be there later on to bring more details on that. I'm getting words that some other senators will be speaking today as well with respect to the decision that the Liberian Senate took to work with the majority bloc. The Senate is divided on this as well. But since the legislature is about the numbers, a majority of them decided to take that step. And so it has turned out to be the Liberian Senate that took the decision. So this is exactly what it is, Diamond.
The famous maxim up Capitol Hill and the famous political maxim, the minority will have their say, the majority will have their way. And seems that has applied in itself there at the Senate wing of Capitol Hill. Thank you so much, Nelson Colette. We have to bid you farewell now. Thank you. Haji Masale is going to just a brief as we join on the curtains, more events keep popping up. So Haji, you have at least 5 minutes. This is important for our listening public and viewers as well to take this exclusive, if not somewhat important interview with District Number 8 Representative Prince Stokes.
Okay, thank you very much, studio. We have Honorable Prince Stokes. He wrote communication to the House of Representatives, craving the indulgence of that August body to invite the LDA, the Liberian National Police, to address some alarming issue of open sales of drugs in the Soniwen community and other areas in Liberia. He want to state this, what give rise to the communication to plenary today. Welcome, Honorable Stokes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Can you bring up to speed
yeah,
as
so,
to communication?
Basically, this communication is about the issue of, a very concerning issue of drugs in our country, and especially in public area. You have schools and you have people openly selling drugs where, it's very open. So my thing is, it's one thing when you say you're chasing the crime, you can't identify what people selling the drugs. There's another thing where in the drugs, you're seeing what they're selling, you're seeing what people taking this in the open air. So it's an open market. So we want to hear from the boss of the LDA and the police director also as to why is this happening and if they have any plans to make sure that this don't happen in our cities.
Okay. So with these people coming to tell you, coming to plenary, what particularly do you want to hear from the LDA and the LMP?
We want to make sure that this don't happen in our cities. People cannot be selling drugs openly in defiance of the law in our country. Like I said, right, it's one thing when you see somebody hiding to sell drugs, which of course is against the law. Then you see them openly selling drugs, somebody selling crampy or candy or something. I think it's wrong, very wrong. So they have to make sure that they work on that so that our children can be safe. We have small children that go to school. When they are passing by, they look at these people selling drugs and taking drugs, they could be encouraged to do the same thing. So we want to make sure that the LDA can come up with some formulas, some strategic planning to make sure that people don't do that in our cities.
Have you met these drugs selling drugs around the school community?
We have not directly met them, but we know that these agencies, especially the LDA, they are in charge of that, and they should be responsible to make sure they do that.
So how long has this been going on?
For quite a while.
You formed a ruling unity party. Your government, President Waka, has been tough when it comes to issue against harmful substances like drugs that are being consumed by your youthful Liberians. Are you in trouble as a young person? Your colleagues from that same category life have been, becoming unbearable in the streets?
Of course, I think this is like my fourth or fifth time talking about the issue of drugs, and I even proposing that we should have capital punishment for those that import drugs in our country. So I think it's a very serious issue, and I support the government effort. That's the reason why we're putting this letter, so we can hear from the DEA boss, so we can hear from the police director, so our people can hear, as to what happened and what can they do to make sure that we have our children safe.
For how long that have been going on within your district?
I think I made it there, to be honest with you. That have been happening. I got video documentaries sent by people who live in the community. They are so afraid that this is happening in the open, and some people even get threatened by people who sell drugs. So it's right that the authority, people like us and those who are responsible in government, come through to help our citizens.
So now you budget before you and the LDA, all we complain about low budget support.
We will work to see how best we increase the budget as far as operation. Operation, I would look at that myself. We will talk to our colleagues so we can knock heads, because it doesn't just affect my district, it affects the entire country. And all districts in Massachusetts County, all districts in Liberia. So we work together to see what we can do.
Secondly, what's the distance from where the guys are selling the drugs to the school?
Sir, between 50 feet, you can go there right now and do your own survey. Soon when I will send you guys a video documentary of what I have in my possession. And it's very damaging, very, very damaging. Where you have kids just a few yards away, and then you have people selling drugs in the open, and you have people openly taking drugs. It's very dangerous for our children.
Okay, we'll call it a day. But I just want you to just one simple issue. There is rumor on the social media that you kidney fist fight with Representative Kofa.
I can't speak to that. I said, yeah, here's my brother. Thank you. The wife is time.
You know what you get him. Okay, so let us say thanks so much. Our studio, you can now take over.
Thank you, Haji. The lawmaker there evaded the question as to whether or not he was in a fist fight with Representative Yeke Koluba, terming their relationship as a brotherly one. But brothers sometimes do, But
So the particular video that is trending on social media, purporting to be Honorable Prince too, is Arizona Paul. But I don't know what people. I don't know. There is little resemblance or whatsoever. But I just wanted the honorable to say it's not the one that is in the video.
The honorable wasn't the one involved in any fist fight with Representative Koluba. It was only fair to have just said no. I wasn't involved in anything of that matter. But if you leave it like that, so you cannot comment, that means probably there is something else that is hidden. But leave you right there. Let's cross over to Nelson, a woman of God, says she's got a message for the nation, and she's on the grounds of the capital, the chaotic capital as well. And let's listen to this message.
Okay, so we're here on the grounds of the legislature. Let's speak to Hugh shortly. Welcome, Mama. What's your name?
I'm Reverend Bishop Mother Victoria Holt.
Okay.
I give God the glory again. I've been asking God, how do I give this message? I want for the nation to hear. Like people, God said we shouldn't make him to provoke him to go back to war. Because you're provoking, he will bring war. You're provoking, he will bring war. He said it will start from the churches. He asking me, where are the churches? Where are the council of churches? Where are the churches all in Liberia? He said, you people have brought shame, disgrace to me. I am that I am. You're not doing nothing for me. You said we bring yourself down to the people. You continue to beg. You continue to take the wrong thing to be the right thing. We continue to bring prosperity in our churches, and that's salvation. We're not doing the right thing. Mr. Joseph Braga, you know me. This is very hot. Since I went for you 2001, you didn't call me. Today you are there. We found confident you and myself. You told me you said very hard. I will credit ticket for you. I want you to call Pastor Jerry. When you call, and you even ask me, but how would I get finance to run? 25 years I was with my brother, so the former president.
So, did God give you any message about the thing, the happenings here at the legislature?
Yeah, just listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
I went And I came and I told you, I said, it's convenient that you are sending this agreement. If you don't do it, like bureau be outside, and you say, so be it. You and myself. You won the election, I came, and then my own son smoking. You didn't call me. So, Mr. President, the Lord said you should take it back. You should think twice because his vengeance, his wrath is upon the nation, meaning the government. He said, what do people are doing? I'm not satisfied. I am not satisfied. You are doing it to the speaker to disgrace it. He said, you stop it. You shouldn't have second speaker. Jesus. The Lord is angry with Liberia.
So God said we shouldn't have second speaker?
No, only the speaker that was there.
But the people say that what's happening now is a regular legislative process. You know, this is what happens at the legislature. They God take into consideration the political nature of the happenings here.
God will not take into consideration because why? They were supposed to see God's faces. That's why they got churches. They are going to church. The pastors and things were supposed to be there to tell them this is not right. That they don't want to see anybody. They don't want for anybody to talk to them. On their own decision, God is angry.
So when did the vision come to you?
When did the vision come to me? Almost 6 months. 6 months. And I've been asking God, how can I give it? How can I come to this nation to give this vision? He said, it's about time. I was in my closet, in my prayer time. He said, come. I will make way. Go to the capital. Tell Liberia, Monrovia, that you stop. I will revenge my wrath is upon us.
God said that he wants a Speaker Kofa or Speaker Kun. Which is Speaker God already?
Listen to me. I told you, I said there's no second speaker. Whether speaker, speaker, who? The first speaker that was there, I'm not a politician, but I'm a servant of God. That's the speaker God said he's pleased with. He's satisfied because Liberian people chose him. It was in the government. Why are they coming in to remove him? The Lord says he's angry. Too much bitterness. Too much. They are stealing too much. Liberians are crying. The blood of Mama Liberia is crying. No more peace. They are suffering. People are telling God things. The Lord is angry. You take them before army government come. You take them so there can be war. You take them because when God gave the message, when he said that I am, he's the one to back it. He said, a lot of death will happen in nation like Peter. I will start from the churches. I will start from the ministry. I will start from all over because people are not serving me.
How many visions have you seen? And
I said, this is my vision. 6 months I've been seeing it over and over. God been telling me to come. But when I go to the radio station, they will tell me to pay money. I don't have money for that. The poor people are suffering. Mama Liberia is angry. Mama, you know me. Listen to me. You know when God speaks, he speaks. He don't beg. He don't take it. You know the kind of person I am. I don't go and beg people. But God is coming to face it. Nation Liberia. Even God is telling me you must take down how you run this country. You must be very careful. And nobody is above the law. God be with you. God bless you all in Jesus' name.
Thank you very much.
My name is Reverend Mother Victoria Holt.
Okay, so studio, if you are there, you just listen to Reverend Mother Victoria Holt giving the prophecy. But while the prophecy was given, I see a lot of young people here having, they're kind of laughing at the prophecy. I don't know what's happening, but
you guys asking when you say ready, I know how you want to payroll.
You say you know the revenue?
Yeah, you want you on the payroll.
So we have network issues there with Nelson Colette. Nelson, your video is paused. It seems someone is calling you. So please, if we can get you back. But that was an interesting, intriguing conversation there. A message, from the Reverend Mother. All right, folks. This capital battle, we've seen a lot. We've listened to a lot of sermons from the minority, chamber to the majority chamber. We've heard a lot. But this message is powerful. God says there should not be a second speaker. We should stick with the previous or the first speaker. Interesting interview, folks. Interesting. All right. So 6 months ago, she got the vision. 6 months ago, there wasn't any speaker impasse, but sometimes the vision comes before, the actual happening. Yeah. She talked about not having a military, intervention and all of that. But she also talked about the president not calling her. Did I get that? Yeah. Yeah.
Pastor Jerry.
Yeah.
And then
it didn't happen. So
yeah.
all that was infused in the message. So President Baka, I know you watch, you listen. You have to call Mother Hot. Right, Mother Hot. She said, did I get the name right?
I don't even know that name. I don't know Holder or Hot or
my Reverend Mother Hot.
Yeah.
Hot. Yeah, hot.
Well, Diamond, that's a good way of winding down our curtains.
Yes.
What a nice icebreaker. I would say that because I'm a believer and I'm a Christian. So when people try to make mockery of God, those things I don't easily buy it, right? Or take you to that. Yes.
Why is it a mockery to you?
Diamond, prophecy and all of that, and you coming to tell the country that God is saying we should have one speaker. What the business God got to do with Liberian people having speaker in the first place?
God chose his speaker according to Mother Hot, and that speaker is Fanatic Kofa. Shouldn't change him for any other thing.
Imagine that.
But again.
And people always causing this havoc over the country. Whenever there's something, you will hear one pastor coming up and say, I'm a prophet, and say, oh, God say he's angry with Liberia. Is Liberia the only country on planet Earth that God will be angry with?
I will leave you.
Yeah.
I'll leave you right there. That's a whole entirely.
Yeah.
But
that's.
But President Baka needs to call Mother Hot because she said since her son started smoking, he hasn't called her.
Imagine.
He promised her a ticket.
It's part of the prophecy.
And he didn't give the ticket and all of that. But folks, we're about to leave when all of these things just drop on us. Nelson, are you still there?
Yeah, Diamond, I don't know if we have the time to get some reaction to the prophecy because there are some.
We have time. We have time.
We have time for some reaction to the prophecy.
Yes, we do. We have at least 10 minutes.
So let me start with the gentleman that I was just speaking with, then we can go to the. So hello, we were just speaking. We encountered a technical problem. I mean, what do you make of the prophecy? You had some reaction before the technical issue.
Yes, the woman who wants to do the prophecy, she's taking care of money $500. Then you can pray for financial support.
You are accusing the woman of God.
you I mean, you can't pray. You have a financial support to keep you on the payroll. But you see the whole listing. You own the listing.
Do you have access to the listing?
They bring the listing of the money. I know her good.
You think that the speaker, the battle speaker Kofa, prayer mother?
Yeah.
Okay.
So no vision.
And so you don't believe this vision?
I'm not believing.
Okay, so let's see if we can get another reaction to the to the prophecy.
I'm not prophet. For me, I'm not prophet.
But you believe the prophecy, right?
No. We're not all prophets. We got fake prophets. We got fake pastors and other people. So just conclude that because in fact, in the first place, why you know of yourself, God can reveal it to you. What is the darkness? What God revealed to you. If God never wanted to be removed, God will have revealed a long time in that time. People will make attempt to take you from power. But now while you have already been taken from power, and somebody say,
she said 6 months ago, God revealed to her that nobody should tamper with Speaker Kofa. And God has chosen him, and God is angry with the country because of the way they're trying to remove him.
Yeah, but 6 months have been kept in the process. 6 months have been kept in the process, and today coming up. So are you saying that what God said, he didn't fulfill what he said?
So you believe the prophecy or not?
No, I don't believe that.
Okay, so let's talk to another gentleman. What's your take on the whole prophecy?
I'm part of the majority black, so I reserve my comment for everything.
Okay. All right, so
the majority black, I will also reserve my comment, but that woman, she lied.
So you believe the prophecy?
No, one prophet said the woman taking pay with the France.
But God is speaking to her. She may be taking pay, but God is still speaking to her.
Who God where?
God in heaven.
So I tell you that God spoke to me last night for my bed. You believe it?
Are you a prophet?
I'm a Christian. I'm a believer. I'm a Christian. I go to church. I believe in the Bible. So if I tell you God speak to me last night, what will you say?
Are you denying the prophecy based on your position?
She said the wrath of God will come upon anybody who denounce the prophecy. But folks, Diamond, if you are there, studio, I think you can take over. We are just trying to get a few reactions.
It's only fair that you go to the Fonati end and let's get their reaction about this particular prophecy as well. We have 10 minutes and 5 on the Koom block. What about now going to the Fonati's wing, and let's get their reaction about this prophecy, and then we can leave as well. We have to give room for other programs here on the network.
Yeah, that's true. I think we should do that because most of the guys who reacted to the prophecy have a side already. Some of them said they are from the majority block, and so they don't believe the prophecy. But the woman of God, following the prophecy, said the people are doubting the prophecy and wanting to say that she is not speaking from God. The wrath of God will come upon them, So that's what she said. So let's see if we can. Hello, sir. How are you? Okay. There was a prophecy recently. I don't know whether you've been following. A woman of God said that God revealed to her that He's angry.
All right, we apologize for the break. Again, that is due to internet connectivity issue. We want Nelson to take at least 5 comments.
Info of Councillor Kofa is
about to speaker.
They are all my bosses, so I don't want to take time. I don't want to be part of anything concerning this thing pertaining to this grant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. He has said that he wants to maintain that neutral position, given what is happening now. Let's see if some of the guys here will talk to us. Yeah, that is if they're willing to talk to us. Following the prophecy from the woman of God, that God is angry with the country, given what is happening now, and the removal of the speaker is something that God is not in favor of. Hello, how are you, sir? You want to talk to us? Okay. Some of the guys have said they don't want to talk to us. So, Diamond, I think we've tried to some extent. Okay. Some of the folks have said that they don't want to speak because of the situation.
That's all what we wanted. We wanted to get it balanced, not just from one side, but the other side. The guys have declined to speak. All right, Nelson, thank you so much. The prophecy added a twist to our broadcast as we finally will officially draw down the curtains from Capitol Hill, but you'll be there and you bring us the Senate session, and the rest of the guys are going to bring us anything else that pops up there up Capitol Hill. Well, my name is Diamond Slanger. I've been here with Dennis Nipson, Sylvester Cholo Play, Haji Masale, the birthday celebrant. We'd love to say happy birthday to you again, has been there. Nelson Collet, who brought us not just coverings from the grounds of the Capitol, but also the prophetic message as delivered by Mother Holt and the subsequent reactions as well. We'd love to say thank you to Chokon Flammer, and Ernest Binder is also a member of the team, Jurassic Joe, and the rest of the guys who form part of our OB crew that has been there up Capitol Hill for 56 days and counting. My name is Damas Langa. On behalf of the entire production team, have for yourselves a wonderful afternoon. Those of you listening to us here in Liberia, and those of you watching us all around the world, pleasant day to you. Bye-bye. Remember, God has chosen his speaker, according to Prophetess Reverend Mother Holt. Bye-bye.